Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay guys, so welcome to lab OEL. OEL number 1. We have 3 OEL, inshallah. So this is OEL number 1. So I will pre-record this because my connection is not so stable. Okay, you can proceed with this OEL once you have gone through this briefing. This OEL will be conducted by individuals. Okay, on the topic of AC to DC converter. And it's stated over here, a rectifier is a DC to DC, AC to DC converter. So the aim of this task is for you all to proceed or design with a single phase control half wave rectifier. So you can do now, you can start your exercise because we have covered the half wave rectifier with resistive and inductive load, so both are a load, to deliver a certain output at 550 Hz input. So we have decided the input is 50 Hz, but it is open. OEL means that it's open. You may decide what kind of range or input voltage that you need to use as your input, and you are open to set your load voltage and power range at what range or value that you want to evaluate. Okay, that note that a half wave rectifier generally has this continuous load current. So it means that when we have a RL load with a AC supply, we have a positive and positive pulse. We have a positive pulse, but the requirements that we need to improve towards uninterruptible continuous load current means that the output should be continuous. So now what you can do is that you run first with this is the control. The control half wave rectifier means that you're going to use SCR. You run without freewheeling diode. You compare with your improved version of with freewheeling diode, and also maybe if you need to put some capacitor filter, so it's up to you. So you can put inside your design, and you can learn by your own in terms of capacitor filter design and calculation. So what you need to do is that you implement the circuit using any appropriate software. So we have learned, you have gone through PSIM. You can go through LT-SPICE, as I mentioned to you all before. LT-SPICE. This is LT-SPICE analog device. So you can see there's many tutorials and information inside this LT-SPICE. You can go to analog.com, or you can just Google LT-SPICE inside your Google. You go to this web page. You can download accordingly. So we have so many modules you can go through, and also you can use PSpice, PSpice. So there's many options. So you set any one of the simulation tools to use inside your task. Okay, explain it in the related theory and equation, including specifications. Specs means that you decide first what load you want to power up, what the power range, what are the expected voltage, and you getting your source from which power source, what range of your input amplitude, 230 volt ke berapa ke, and so explain in detail the related theory and equation. Then you compare with your simulation, and provide discussion on the selected control method. So we have now only the method of controlling your SCR. So you can go through reference. You can print any data sheet as your SCR reference. So inside data sheet usually they explain how to control the SCR. what kind of voltage or current, amount, values, range, control the SCR. And justify the reason of design pertaining the method being used. And you can use a PE curve to decide your alpha and beta. Put that as a reference, attach as a reference. And specify and explain the application that can be used with the design. So what your design is for? Solar charger ke? Phone charger ke? So AC to DC converter. The output is DC lah. Okay, the outline and the weightage of your reports given here. Introduction 10%, background, methodology, data submission result, discussion, conclusion, reference, report format. So you can separate between all the listed as your chapter inside your report. You make in a single column first, then after you complete, then you convert into the format of double column report. The template are available inside your portal. So perform this individually. You can actually discuss among you all prior to project, but in terms of report and also in terms of materials that you report should be separate. Ideas you can discuss among you all, but report please separate, individual report. Any plagiarism, same diagram, same reference picture, maybe you will be charged as plagiarism. If I'm marking, so it will be like if we capture 3 of you doing the same report or have the same similar report, so we will take the average and divide by 3. That's the least penalty lah. Okay, contribution marks based on several aspects as follows lah. Appropriate selection of control methods, justification of your theory, quality of technical report, well organized, and all the formats lah. Okay, submission will be decided later. Maybe because this is half wave rectifier, you have covered it already. Maybe I think we are given a few more weeks lah. Okay, latest is after break. So this is the rubric introduction. What you expect you ought to explain from the introduction and the background, methodology, simulation result. So in terms of simulation, please present the data or the graph clearly. Do not lump all the graph, the curve in one screen, because voltage and current they are representing the different values, units, power, voltage, current. So present clearly, and so at least 2 cycles in terms of their duration. Cannot be more, because cannot too long, because you cannot appreciate or cannot distinguish the curve. Cannot too short, let's say half cycle or 1 cycle only, because it's too narrow. Waveform, discussion. So in terms of discussion, details of what you wish to present or you want to highlight to the reader, and conclusion, concluding the knowledge obtained from the project and related with your objective. So you based on guideline, you decide yourself what's the objective of your project. You want to powering what element, what voltage you're expecting, what current power range you expect from your design. And in terms of reference, you can use any datasheet as reference, books, not supposed to be journals, because this is just an assignment. So books, so minimum 4, more than 4 is more than sufficient. Okay, you can use books, links also can, but preferably books. Books, you can get online books anywhere on the website. So the format follow as stated here. Okay, that's all for your OEL. Please, you can proceed with the task immediately, and if you have any question, you can ask me through the WhatsApp or through our class later. So this today's slide will be directly, you refer to this briefing and you proceed accordingly. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.